Yogis, Kishie here. Thank you so much for joining me for this gentle yoga class that will touch almost every part of your body. Our theme today is a Sanskrit word, Shraddha, which means faith, and our mantra is everything has already been worked out. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste. Welcome everyone. We are going to start in a seated position. I recommend coming onto a blanket or a small pillow. And I'll be coming into Sukhasana, easy seated position. Bring your hands to your lap, close your eyes, and start to land in this space. And let your breath be the anchor, a breath coming in through the nose, filling you up. Breath moving out of the nose. And imagine as you begin grounding into your breath, that your breath has the magical power to sweep away every worry, every doubt, every seed of fear that is living in your body right now. And especially it's the exhale that has the ability to take it all away. So several more breaths, picturing your breath, dissolving and moving out, worry, doubt, and fear. And then as we empty, we discover this beautiful open vessel that has space for something fresh, for something new. And to fill in that space, I'm going to give you a Sanskrit word, Shraddha. Shraddha meaning faith, faith beyond all understanding. And today we're going to shine the light of faith on a mantra. Everything has already been worked out. So just imagine that if you have anything in your life that feels entangled, about which you have questions, if you were to apply that mantra, everything has already been worked out. Feel the freedom. Bring your hands to your heart. And it's from that freedom, from that faith, that we lift our voices and share an Om. Taking a deep breath in to prepare. Bow your head to your heart. Breathing the delicious seeds of Shraddha, of faith, into your heart, allowing them to flower and spring forth. And releasing the hands down, blinking your eyes open. Hello, hello. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, float them down, feeling weightless, feeling free. Inhale, reach up. And down. Inhale, reach up, interlace your fingers, stretch your palms to the sky. And then a big delicious stretch to the right side as you reach over to the left. Breathe space into the right lung. A big inhale draws you back through center. You tilt over to the left. Breathing space into the right side. You can picture your breath is like water trickling through, irrigating the left side of your body, moving out anything that is stuck and stiff. Coming back through center. Release your hands, float them down, let the arms feel weightless, like they're feathers floating through the air. Inhale, sweep your arms up again. Exhale, twist to the right, hands come down. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale up. Interlace your fingers again. This time do it the unusual way. Stretch your palms up. Inhale. And exhale, right elbow down to the right as the left elbow lengthens up. Get a big spread through the fingers as though you're pulling your two hands away from each other. That'll create even more length. And inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, other way, left elbow down, right elbow up, lengthening, noticing what you feel. Can you soften into the places that feel stuck? Inhale, reach up again. Hands slowly float down. Again, arms light as feathers. Change which leg is in front. Okay, and then playing with torso circles. So the first place the circles will be coming from is your heart. So as you move through these circles, picture a light on the front, the back, and the sides of your heart. And you're extending that light out to either side of the circle as you move around that complete circumference. So nice and big. And then change the direction of those circles. Picture that brilliant light shining from your heart, casting a wide glow, a sphere as you circle through. And then come to stillness, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Now bring your hands just to your waist and then up a little bit. So you're right in the middle of the ribs. Now we want the circle to come just from there. And you can keep your hands there if that helps to have that tactile touch. So your hips are as still as possible and you start to circle through the rib cage. Teeny tiny. For some of you, you might start to feel some abdominal engagement, some muscles waking up, and then change the direction of those circles. So they're littler than the other ones. They require a bit more attention, focus. And then we come through to stillness. Seated cat-cow rolls. Let's do it with our arms out in goalpost arms. On the inhale, the elbows reach back, your heart reaches up. Exhale, round, tilt the tailbone under, round through the spine, and close the pages of your imaginary book. That would be your forearms. Inhale, open the pages of your book. Exhale, close. Inhale. Exhale. Again. Exhale. Open the arms up and out. Stretch the fingertips out. Float them down. Change which leg is in front again. Now walk the right hand over to the right. Left arm lengthens up overhead. So pause a moment here. Get that nice stretch to the left side of your body. Then we're going to start circling through the upper spine by spinning the left shoulder down towards the floor. Spin it down. Then bring the left fingertips down to tap the floor. So the left fingertips will be kind of in front of your right knee, but extend it out. And then you're going to open up your heart. You're going to reach your arm up. You're going to circle it back and around, coming all the way back behind you. Let's do that again. Reaching the arm back, circling around, turning the heart down to the floor, tapping the floor. And let's have a full inhale and exhale for each transition. So you inhale, spin the heart up. Exhale, stretch the left arm back behind you. Get as much length as possible. Then you inhale, reach it back overhead. Exhale, spin chest to the floor, tap the earth. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale, push away. Inhale up. Exhale, tap down. And then coming back through center. Well, not really center. Back to that reaching through the left side of your body. And notice how that moving back and forth does create some nice space. All right, and then stay with me if you can. If you need a little relief in that left arm, you can reach the left fingertips up. Now the movement is inhaling to stretch your right elbow as straight as possible. You exhale to bend it, lowering the right shoulder down to the floor. You'll feel something very interesting to the left side of your body. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, tap it down. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Stretch your right arm straight. Float the left hand down. Come up to a tall seated position. Fingertips by your side. Lengthen up. Close your eyes. Circulate breath through your body. Notice what you have awakened on the left side of your body. Tune into that energy and invite that sense of opening to travel through every single part of your being. Open your eyes, change which leg is in front, and we take all that to the other side. So now the left hand comes down, reach the right arm up and over. So just pause. It's kind of interesting to at first feel what is happening on the right side, and then we'll do our best to break up some of that tension. You spin your chest down towards the floor. The left elbow can be very soft as the right fingertips come to tap the floor. And then you spin, rotate the chest like a barrel back up towards the ceiling. The right arm pushes back behind you. So we're exploring that big range of motion through the shoulder socket. And then it'll come right back up overhead. Spin the chest down down as the right fingertips come and tap the earth. Now moving with breath. Inhale, spin the heart up. Exhale, push the arm back. Inhale, arm overhead. Exhale, roll heart to earth, tap the earth. Breathe in, roll up. Breathe out, push the arm back. Breathe in, arm up. Breathe out, bring it down. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then coming back to that big lateral fold. Breathe into the right side. Notice how things may feel a little bit differently from when you first started here. And then we move into the bending of the left elbow. Of course, your right arm can reach up. You could reach the left hand, slide it a little bit closer to you if you need to. This is an inhale. Exhale, bend the elbow. Reach the right fingertips to the left if you can. Inhale, press up. Exhale, float down. 2. Breathe in. Bend the elbow, breathe out. 3. In. Out. 4. Press it up. Pause. Circulate breath big through the right side. And then the right hand will come down. Fingertips on the earth as you lengthen up. Feel. And then change which leg is in front. Again. Hands to the thighs. Some gentle neck rolls. Drop your chin to your chest. Roll the right ear over to the right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Roll left ear to left shoulder. Exhale down. Inhale over to the right. Exhale. Over to the left. Last time, chin comes down. Bring your thumbs to your chin and press the chin up. Release your hands down. Okay, now we're going to come to a lying down. You can have a blanket under your head if you wish. And please have your strap close by and also a brick. If you don't have a brick, you could use a folded towel. You could use a folded blanket or a small pillow. Coming to lie down on the earth. And then as soon as you get nice and steady on your mat, go ahead and take a full body stretch, reaching your arms overhead. How tall can you make yourself? Lengthening from heels out through fingertips. Exhale, pull your right knee to chest. Inhale, full body stretch. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, full body stretch. Exhale, both knees to chest. Inhale, full body stretch. Feel free to lift the nose to meet the knees. Right knee, exhale. Inhale, full body. Left knee, exhale. Inhale, full body. Both knees, exhale. Inhale, full body. Float your hands down. Bend both of your legs, feet to the floor. Then grab your brick or whatever you're using for your lift to come into supported bridge pose. Lift your hips up and slide your prop underneath your sacrum. If you would prefer to not do this, you could actually leave the whole lifting of the hips on a prop out of the equation, and you could instead just take a gentle bridge on your own, or just have your hips flat on the floor. Okay, now we're going to bring the arms out to the side. So we're using this supported bridge position to get some really big hip flexor opening. So you're going to take your feet as wide as your mat, drop your knees over to the right. Inhale the knees up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, knees up. Exhale, right. Inhale up. Exhale, left. Inhale up. This time the knees will drop to the right, you hold, and now the movement is going to come from the neck. On an inhale, you gaze to the left. Exhale, gaze to the right. Inhale, left, sorry. Exhale, right. Keep taking this. So this is really therapeutic for your neck because you're getting your hips higher than your head, and the cervical vertebrae are able to release with gravity away from your hips. And then the head will come back up through neutral. The knees come back up through neutral. Press into your feet and realign your sacrum on your block or your prop. And then drop both knees over to the left. Flex your feet. And then counter rotation through the neck. Let's begin by inhaling to look to the right. Exhale, look to the right, left. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. 2 more with your breath. Let the breath be a soft whisper, initiating these gentle rolls of the head from side to side. Trusting that these shapes and the breath and the intention will dissolve all tension. The head comes back up through center. The knees come up. Walk your feet back to center. So if you can stay on your block, please do so. Otherwise, you can remove it at this time. Hug your right knee to chest, grab your strap, strap your right foot, stretch it straight up to the sky. Flexing the right toes. Okay, so here you have the option to keep the left leg bent or stretch the left leg out. If you stay on the block and you stretch the left leg out, you're going to feel some major opening through the front of the left hip. So just know that's normal. It's an incredible new shape for your left hip to be making. Soften your shoulders, flex your right toes, lengthen the right heel up to the sky. Push the left heel away from you if you chose to stretch your left leg straight. And here, let's just take 5 deep breaths, encouraging, opening, softening, a sense of patience and peace. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you stretched your left leg straight, please bring the left foot to the floor. Bend your right knee, put the strap to the side, bring your right foot to the floor. Hands by your side, stretch both legs straight out for a moment to feel. Let the thigh bones be heavy. Imagine that there's a sandbag attached to both of the thigh bones, pressing them down to earth. And then you'll bend both legs, feet to the floor. We move on to the other side, left knee to chest, strapping your left foot, stretch the left leg straight up to the sky. Softening shoulders down. So perhaps staying just like this. Perhaps you stretch the right leg straight out onto the earth, kicking the right heel forward, flexing your right foot. Flex your left toes towards your left kneecap as you soften your shoulders. And then here, as you're softening, let's invite in that sense of Shraddha, the deepest faith that everything has already been worked out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. If you stretch the right leg straight, please bend it. Bend your left knee. Put the strap to the side, left foot to the floor. Hands by your side, stretch both legs straight out onto the earth. And then bend both legs, feet to the floor, lift your hips. And slide the brick out of the way. Bring the body flat down onto the earth. Take a full body stretch. Hug both knees into chest. Rock from side to side. And then coming back through center, stretch both legs straight up to the sky. Bring the hands behind your head. Working through our core. On an inhale, you rest. And the exhale is going to be in 3 pulses. So it's going to be exhale, exhale, exhale. With each exhale, you're going to lift 1/3 of the way up, bringing your upper body off the floor. Okay, so let's do that together. Take a deep breath in. And then we go exhale, lift, exhale, lift, exhale, lift. Inhale down. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale down. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale down. 3 more. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale down. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Pause here. Squeeze the legs together. If at any time you need to lower the feet to the earth or lower your torso to the earth, please do so. And now can you start to stretch your legs away from you any bit, stretching away, stretching away, stretching away. Squeeze the thighs together, pull the belly deep into your spine. If this bothers your back, please bend your knees and bring the upper body back to the floor. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs come up. Head comes down. Hug your knees into chest. Rock from side to side. And then taking a little break in Supta Baddha Konasana before we change our shape. You bring your feet to the floor, hands to the earth. Open the knees out to the side, arms out to the side. And of course here you could bring blocks underneath both of your thighs if you wish. And just pausing here and melting into Supta Baddha Konasana, letting this be a place of receiving the gifts of your breath. And then preparing to come out of Supta Baddha Konasana, bring the hands to the outer thighs, push the knees together. Hug your knees to chest. Roll yourself up to a seated position and we move right into table. For those of you who don't like to take table because of knee issues, you can go to a wall. Coming to your hands and knees. Let's begin with cow poses that stretch back into a child's pose. On an inhale, you look up, the tailbone reaches up. Exhale, stretch back to a child's pose, bowing down. Inhale up to the cow. Exhale, child's. Inhale, cow. Exhale, child's. Coming back up to table. Okay, now playing with some different circles here. Take your feet or your knees just a little bit wider than your hips and start to circle through the pelvis. And you want to be hitting both the tucking under and the poking out, so the posterior and the anterior tilt, but also circling the hips from side to side. So it's a really big movement. And then change the direction. Breaking up the junction of the spine, the pelvis, and the two thigh bones. And then come to stillness. So that was more of a micro movement. Now let's have a macro movement where you take your hands just slightly forward of your shoulders. Your knees will stay wide. And now the shoulders start to lead the way for circling. And the whole body comes along for the ride. You let the head be soft. I love the metaphor of the spine is like seaweed floating in the ocean. So allow your entire body to absorb that sensation of being fluid, free, unencumbered. Change direction of these movements. Your breath need not be overly controlled here. Just be sure that you are not holding your breath. And then we return to our table. Knees under hips. Okay, for this next one, tuck your toes to get a nice stretch along the soles of your feet. And so just like we did when we were seated, we're going to circle just from the mid-ribs. So go ahead and start to make that connection of circling just from the mid-ribs. You're just going to go in one direction. Notice what that feels like. How big can you make those circles, but how consolidated. The hips stay as still as possible. Your shoulders stay as still as possible. Of course, they will move a little bit, but the focus is more on movement through the mid-ribs. And then change direction. And for any of you that are feeling some discomfort through the mid-spine, this can be really helpful for breaking up some of that tension that may be causing the discomfort. Remember, it's little movements. It doesn't have to be very big to be effective. And then come to stillness, tops of the feet to the floor, and then cat-cow rolls, a macro movement. Inhale to look up, tailbone reaches up. Exhale, round, tuck the tailbone under, pull your chin to chest. Inhale, look up, tailbone reaches up. Exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale. Come through to stillness. If you have moved to a wall, come on back to your mat. We're all now going to meet on our bellies. Moving into Cobra pose. So for this first Cobra, Bhujangasana, we're going to take the fingertips off the mat to the side, and you'll come up onto the, it's like your Spider-Man fingers. You're on your fingertips. And this can give a lot of freedom in the Cobra posture. So pressing into the fingertips, lift the chest up, roll the shoulders back. You don't have to come overly far. You're getting huge extension now through the spine. Shoulders reach back. Breathe into the front of your heart for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, fold your forearms, rest your forehead on your forearms. The next place we're going is lifting just the lower body. Now I am going to cue you to lift both legs. If you want to do one leg at a time, that is just fine. Exhale all air. And on an inhale, the legs lift up. Point through your toes, reach the toes back and up. And you're thinking of length through the legs. How much length can you create? And by lengthening your legs, you in turn lengthen the lower back. Relax your shoulders. Take a break at any time. This will be a long-ish hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Float the legs down. Okay, the next place we're coming is back to that cobra, and this time we flow. So fingertips once again come to the floor. You can take your arms out as wide as needed for comfort. And then this time on the inhale, you lift up as far as you can, heart bright. Then exhale, slowly float it down, the elbows bending out to the side, your forehead kisses the earth. Mwah. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And down. Inhale up to hold. And then just start to shimmy a bit through the shoulders, circling them back, side to side. I once heard this called drunken cobra. And come to stillness, lower your body down. Reach both arms straight out in front of you. Okay, now we're going to be alternating, lifting opposite legs and arms. So just one at a time. So we begin by lifting the right leg up, left arm up. Your head can lift a bit. You just want to keep a very neutral gaze. Hug everything into the midline. Lift up and out, point through the right toes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Pause and breathe. Send a lot of breath to the places that we're just squeezing. And then we take it the other side. Left leg lifts. Point through the left toes. Right arm lifts. Neutral long neck. Lifting up, hugging in. 5. How long can you reach out of both of your limbs? 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Breathe. So if at any time as we move into this next phase, you want to just lift the arms or just the legs, please know that's a perfect modification. So we're now going to alternate moving with breath. Right leg, left arm lifts up on an inhale. Exhale down, switching sides. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Exhale down. This is amazing for the health of your spine. Inhale. Exhale, let every breath feel fresh, full of hope and delight. Inhale. Exhale. One more each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Fold your forearms, rest your forehead. Notice the places that were just contracting and now encourage them to release the contractions and melt down into the earth. Okay, we've got one more place to come. Well, maybe 2. So now we're going to move into our traditional cobra. If this makes you feel overly stuck, you can return to the one that we did originally where your fingertips were on the floor and far away. Otherwise, you're going to bring the palms onto the floor, close in towards your chest, elbows pulling in, and then imagine that I'm coming behind you and lifting your shoulders up off the earth. You squeeze the elbows in. There's a little string attached to the back of your heart, lifting you up, 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 away from the floor. Heart unfurling, opening, shining forward. And slowly come down. You do that now 5 times with breath. Inhale to rise. Exhale down. 1. Inhale. 2. Inhale. If this bothers your lower back, some tricks are as you don't come up as high and you take your legs wider apart. 4. Last one. Inhale. And 5. If downward facing dog is in your practice, please move into downward facing dog at this time. Otherwise, you can move to a child's pose or a standing forward fold on your mat. We want to do something that lengthens the back after all of those good contractions we received. If you are in downward facing dog or forward fold, nod your head yes. And shake your head no. And let the head dangle and be free. And again, imagine if there are any remnants of doubt, fear, or worry living in your being. Imagine that the cells are going to flush it out and it's going to drain right out through the crown of your head onto your mat. And your mat will take all of those negative feelings and turn them into something positive. Okay, the next place we're moving is standing in Tadasana, mountain pose, at the top of your mat. So if you're in downward facing dog like me, you're going to look up, walk your feet forward, and come all the way up. Okay, let's go ahead and grab our blocks and bring them in front of us on their highest setting. Hands to heart. And so we were lying down a lot and turning our body around in different directions in relationship to gravity. So now feel what it's like to all of a sudden stand up. You'll notice how the blood flow and the energy flow starts to shift. Half sun salutations. Inhale, reach the arms up and out to the side. Exhale, slowly swan dive through space, taking up so much space, bringing your hands down to the earth, or if they don't easily touch, you come to the blocks. Fingertips to the blocks or floor, halfway lift. Let's pause here. Your legs are strong. Squeeze your quads. Your tailbone lengthens up. Your chest is shining forward. Exhale, full forward fold. Reverse the swan dive on an inhale, reaching up from the back of your heart. Reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Bow your head to the light of your heart. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Last one, inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Arms come down. If your blocks are on your mat, move them to the side. And now moving into warrior one. You'll be standing at the top of your mat, and you'll want to step the right leg back first. So we step the right leg back. Nice wide stance. Your belly and heart are shining towards the front of your mat. And then make sure that your legs are as wide enough apart from left to right that you feel balanced. Bend into your left knee, kick into your right heel. Lift your arms up, and then elbows come out to the side for goalpost arms. So I'm going to give you options here. Feel free to stay as you are. Feel free to rest your hands on your hips if the arms get tired. On an inhale, you reach the heart up, you reach the arms back. On the exhale, you close those pages of the book. So just like we did when we were seated. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, 2. Inhale. 3. 2 more. Let the breath float you into the shape. Then open up, pause. Bring your hands down to your hips. Step your right leg forward and march it out. Moving right onto the other side. Left leg stays forward, step the right leg back. Excuse me, I said that wrong. You knew what I meant. Left leg back. Bend into your right knee. Reach your arms up. Elbows out to the side. So for the very most stable foundation, you're going to kick into your left heel, squeeze your left glutes, and lunge into the right knee. So if you can hold that in place as you flow, you will be creating a very strong, stable foundation. On an inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, engage your foundation. Exhale, close. 2. Inhale. Breathe out. In. Out. In. Out. Come up to stay. Hold. Hands to hips. Step your left foot forward. March it out. And now come to stand in the very middle of your mat, facing the wide, long edge of your mat. And take your feet nice and wide. So let's go to the left first again. Just to confuse us all a little bit, do it differently. Right toes straight into the midline as your left leg rotates out a full 90. I will be mirroring you now. Float your arms up. Bend into your left knee. Press the feet away from each other. Okay, then reverse the warrior. Your right arm comes down as your left arm reaches up. Breathe space into the left lung. Get that big opening. And this becomes extended side angle. Left forearm to left thigh. As the right arm reaches up to the sky, you can go out at a diagonal away from you or overhead. One long line on the right side. Now, of course, it's the right lung that's receiving all the space and opening. Breathe into it to make it even bigger and better. Coming back up through warrior 2. Stretch your left leg straight. Left hand comes to the left thigh, right arm reaches up. And then moving into this little triangle modification where your hips reach way out to the right as the left hand slides down the leg. You're not putting too much weight into that left hand. As a matter of fact, you should be able to just lift it right up away from the leg. And then when you do rest the fingertips, please don't rest them on your knee. Spinning the chest up, press the 2 feet away from each other. This one can be pretty intense. Back out if needed. You could bend that front knee for a little extra space. And slowly slide it back up. Arms come parallel, bend back into your warrior 2. Hands to hips. Stretch your left leg straight. Turn your feet parallel. Moving right on to the other side. Left toes turn into the midline as your right leg rotates out a full 90. Arms float up. Warrior two. Finding the solid foundation in warrior two, pressing the feet away from the midline. So you feel a sense of expansion. You feel all of the muscles, especially in the outer hips, engage. Reverse the warrior, so it doesn't have to be overly big. Just reaching up the right fingertips. Okay, and then breath as an irrigation system, moving all through the right lung. Remember how the breath can give you a massage from the inside out. Are you still pressing your feet away from each other? Extended side angle, right forearm to right thigh. Left hand can reach up, that makes it a little more gentle, or all the way overhead. Finding your place. Again, kicking the feet away from each other. And now breath irrigating the left lung. Keeping those tissues supple and open, full of oxygen. Back to warrior two. Stretch your left leg straight. And bring the right hand down to the right thigh. Left arm lengthens up by your ear as you start sliding the right fingertips down the right leg. So finding your place. And then with this left arm, it could be reaching more up overhead. It could be reaching more on a diagonal. Just pick your place where you feel a really nice stretch that's not overly intense through the left shoulder. Pressing feet away from each other. And if it's intense, you softly bend your front knee. Remember, you could just lift those right fingertips if needed right off of that right leg. You can play with that if you wish. Slide it back up. Arms come parallel. Bend into your left knee. Right knee. Woo! As always, I don't know my right from my left. One day, maybe after I've been teaching yoga for 50 years, stretch your front leg straight. Bring your hands to your hips, turn your feet parallel. Wide-legged forward fold. Feel free to bring blocks if needed, if you do not easily touch the floor. On an inhale, you lift your heart, look up. Exhale, the tailbone tilts back and up. You can imagine that your pelvis is like a pitcher and you're pouring water forward and your spine follows that same trajectory. Sliding your arms down to the floor. And letting this be a moment of completely relaxing, releasing, letting go. So a forward fold is most effective if we can embody a sense of surrender. And that's exactly the attitude that is needed when we turn our hearts to Shraddha. And our mantra, everything has already been taken care of. You can just check the box. It's done. Thank you, universe. And then a soft bend to your knees. Walk your feet back. Not your feet. That would be your hands, another body part. Slide them to your hips. Reach up from the back of your heart. Coming to stand. Step your feet together. Okay, now we're coming back down to lie on our backs. Again, a blanket under your head could be nice. Moving into our supine twist. Hug your right knee to chest. Place right foot on left thigh, left hand on right knee as you pull it over your body. Right arm reaches out to the side in the letter T. Okay, so I'm going to give you a funky little option today. For many of us, this will not be quite right for our knees, but if you do not have knee issues, this might be a fun thing to play with. So right now we have the left leg straight. For funsies, haha, you could bend the left leg and reach down with your right hand and grab the left foot. And that's going to give you a bonus quadricep stretch while you're here in this twist. Now, if you go to move into that and it's just too much or it pulls you out of the twist, please return to the supine single bent knee twist. Wherever you have landed, can you roll the right shoulder to the earth more? And now identify a place in your body that feels like it's snagged or stuck. And pour your breath into that place. Picture your breath pouring out of a pitcher. A breath that is warming, that is yielding. A breath that creates expansion, opening, and letting go. Preparing to come out, the right arm slides away. If you made that connection of right hand to left foot, left leg comes straight. Coming back onto your back, hug the right knee to chest. Full body stretch. Left knee to chest. Single bent knee twist. Right hand guides the left knee over your body. And the left arm lengthens out to the side. So staying right here, if this is plenty, or if you just want to play and find a different shape in our traditional pose, you'll bend the right leg, reach down with the left hand, and hold on to that foot. And for some of us, that'll pull us into a deeper twist. For others of us, it'll make us lose the twist. So if you lose the twist, please go back to the place where we began. Listen to your breath. Imagine your breath is like the softest, most nourishing, sweet voice. Caring for you, mothering you, providing all of your needs, be they emotional, mental, or physical. If you made that connection, hand to foot, let that go. Coming back through center. Hug your left knee to chest. Full body stretch. And the hands come down. And so now we move into our final relaxation pose. I'm going to give you options. You could come up to a seated position and make this a time of seated meditation. I'm going to show you hamstring shavasana. That's where you take blocks and slide them at a little bit of a diagonal in towards your thigh bones. And then you let the thigh bones just open out to the side. And so the blocks will be hitting right in the middle of your back. This is nice for giving your lower back some relief. You, of course, could also go take legs up the wall. We will be here for about 10 breaths. As you settle into your place, invite in the feelings of faith and trust, shraddha, the deepest knowledge that everything has already been taken care of. The universe is hard at work, figuring things out so that you do not need to. And take a deep breath into your body. Slow breath out. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Begin taking any small movements to awaken your bodies, wiggling your fingers and toes. Circle ankles and wrists. If you're lying down, you'll bend your legs one by one. Rock your knees from side to side. Roll over to your favorite side, cradling your head with your arm. And then press yourself up to a seated position. Bring your hands to your heart. Bow your head to your heart. And collectively, let's picture ourselves walking into the rest of our day with a sense of Shraddha, the faith that everything has already been taken care of. And just watch as the day unfolds. All obstacles, all blockages are dissolved. And we are able to move forward with a sense of freedom and faith and trust. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.